Good day, everyone. So for today, we're going to tackle or discuss about a molecular model of this particular gas pollutant. But before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Maxime Stephanie B. Regurosa from grade 11 STEM 18. So as what I've said, for today, we're going to discuss about sulfur dioxide. This topic is, or this gas pollutant is very interesting one. So sit back and relax, and I hope you will learn something from my discussion on my presentation for today. So, what is sulfur dioxide? Let me introduce to you what sulfur dioxide is. Sulfur dioxide is a gaseous air pollutant composed of sulfur and oxygen. Sulfur dioxide forms when sulfur containing fuels such as coal, oil, or diesel is burned. Sulfur dioxide also converts in the atmosphere to sulfates, a major part of fine particle pollution in the eastern US. Sulfur dioxide is also known as SO2, is a colorless gas or liquid with a strong choking odor. It is produced from the burning of fossil fuels, so what I've mentioned, like coal and oil, and the smelting of mineral ores like aluminum, copper, zinc, lead, and iron that contains sulfur.
Above are four different ways chemists represent sulfur dioxide. In the models, the yellow atom is sulfur and the red atoms are oxygen. This is a molecular geometry and Lewis structure. The electron geometry of SO2 or sulfur dioxide is formed in the shape of a trigonal planar. The three pairs of bonding electrons are arranged in the plane at the angle of 120 degrees. As the one pair remained alone, two double pairs are bonded and form a bend shape. Air pollution in the form of sulfur dioxide can have detrimental effects on human health. Such effects include breathing problems, particularly in asthmatics, whereas short-term exposure can lead to chest tightness and coughing and wheezing. Continued exposure to sulfur dioxide has been linked with alterations of the lungs' defenses and aggravation of existing cardiovascular disease. The most common environmental impact of sulfur dioxide is the formation of acid rain. This occurs when the sulfur dioxide emissions combine with water vapor in the atmosphere, forming uric acid, which falls to the ground as acid rain. Acid rain can acidify rivers and lakes, killing aquatic life in addition to damaging trees and plants. In addition, sulfur dioxide is a major precursor to particulate soot, which reduces air quality.
Sulfur dioxide is an air pollutant which causes a number of deleterious effects. It can react with water and oxygen to form the sulfuric acid, which is a main contributor to the acid rain, which deteriorates crops, which damages plants and makes them more vulnerable to disease, which lowers the pH of soil and water and affects the plants and aquatic life which can live in these areas.
We are on the right track. So A stands for the central atom. X is the number of atoms that are forming bonds with the central atom, and N is the number of lone pairs of electrons on the central atom. Here we have sulfur as the central atom. There are two oxygen atoms forming bonds to sulfur atom, which means we have AX2, and there is one lone pair of electrons, which is AX2 and 1. So we are getting rid of this one, and the notation is AX2N for SO2. So the notation is AX2N for this molecule. And if you refer to this table here, you can see that the molecules that have AX2N formula have bent molecular geometry. So the molecular geometry of SO2 is bent and it has a bond angle of 120 degrees, and you can probably see here that because it is not linear, it is obviously lesser than 180, and hence the shape is bent. So I hope this video helps you to understand the molecular geometry of SO2 molecule.
And that ends my presentation. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something, especially about sulfur dioxide. Have a great day ahead.